Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Wrestling Tea Tarot. I am Calypso Vibes coming to you to do another reading. We're going to do Mickie James. Forgive me if I cough and stuff like that. Just it's been that kind of day. So, allergies are kicking my behind. But we're going to do Mickie James. And we're going to see what's going on with her since she decided to leave her hat in the ring this week at TNA's, I guess, like TNA's weekly show. I know that she surrendered the knockouts belt, and I think the pay-per-views this weekend. Yeah, they're gonna fight for the belt. The ladies. She left her hat in the ring, which is almost like the equivalent of the fellas leaving their boots in the ring, which is why a lot of people are leaving like the broken heart, sad face, thinking that this was signaling her retirement. I don't think so. I think she still wants to fight. As I've said, Mercedes. Hopefully, Mercedes does the right thing and stops talking about her bags so much that she actually does the right thing for one, the business, two, for the content for the fans, and three, to put a legend to give the legend a proper match, right? Like the fact that Kurt Angle got retired to Corbin that they end up doing nothing with is like terrible. So I think Mickie doesn't get treated with the same respect as Trish Stratus and Lita does, and I think she was disregarded. And the fact that they even sent her stuff in a trash bag, I thought was so disrespectful and insulting. And then once you find out that Mickie James is Native American, I'm like, wow. Little things start coming into into play where you like, gosh, so is this why Mickie was never treated the same? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Mickie's given a lot to the business. I love Mickie James. Mickie James really was one of the first female wrestlers I really took to, other than China, that I really did love growing up watching wrestling. So, other than Jacqueline as well, because I love Jacqueline. So, for me, I would love to see Mickie James get a proper retirement match by my other girl that I love, because I love Sasha and I love Mercedes, but I don't care for her politics currently with I think Vinny and the Fed burned her so bad that now everything is money, 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 money. And to some degree, I think Mercedes should care about legacy as well, right? Her legacy, what is her legacy? And what better way to have a match with Mickie James to retire her in your legacy, right? So we're going to look at Mickie James. We're going to see if she's really retiring. We're going to see if this is a storyline. The injury seems to be very real. Like allegedly she has broken ribs or like cracked ribs and some other injuries. As she has said, time is catching up with her. Wrestling time, the wear and tear, the road, all the years of giving so much of herself to the business is catching up with her. As I've said, I think it is time for Mickie James to become a teacher. I would love to see Mickie James, oh my God, at the performance center. The same way Dusty was, right? I think Mickie James could absolutely be that on the women's side and give so much back into the business for women of wrestling, right? So let's start with, we're gonna, like we've been doing lately, if you guys have been noticing, we've been tweaking our videos, adding more things here and there about the personal person side, right? I don't believe in prying too much into their personal business, as you'll see when we get cards that are kind of a little bit messy of when we see some little cheating and some scandal in cards. I'm like, oh Lord, that's not my business, right? But it does help to know that the people that we've looked up to or respected all these years, we get to paint a little bit more of a picture, especially when there's messy drama and tea, right? So I'm sure a lot of people will love to know about Mickie James, the person. So Mickie's a Virgo, first of all. Mickie shares the same energy as Vince McMahon. Hilarious, right? Because Vince McMahon is a Virgo, right? Beyonce's a Virgo, just to show y'all, the equivalent of a few Virgos I could think of off the top of my head. So with this card is health and wellness. The sixth house represents issues of sickness and health and service to others, including conditions of daily life and work. So, Mickie does give a lot of herself, right? But to the point that she doesn't always take care of herself. So, Mickie, unfortunately, is under the sign of where she has to always watch her health and do her due diligence to make sure she takes care of herself and eats right and, not just stay in shape, but like, really do nurture and take care of herself and not overbeat her body up. Because it's easy for her to get injured and sick and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it falls under her house. Which is why Vinny blew 2 quads out easily. Oh my God, it made me think about it. Yeah. Like they're injury prone. Power and abundance. You don't follow any pre-planned strategies to get success. You make your own plans and implement them as per your liking. Right? So, Mickey's her way, right? The McDonald's, have it your way. That's Mickie James. Mickey's like, it's my road or the highway. You know what I'm saying? So I think when we saw this last rodeo, that was Mickey laying down the law. Like, look, I'm the legend in this house. I've given a lot to this business. I'm going to have my final rodeo on my terms, my way. TNA said, okay, sure. Fine. Have it your way. So, Mickey is very picky and meticulous. You know what I mean? She's a sweetheart because it's definitely there. And she's definitely will always find success, I think, in anything she does. Because, again, she's ruled by it, right? She has a lot of abundance in her cards. She's also a very powerful female. So, very alpha female in the sense of, like, she knows what she wants. And she'll do it with or without you, right? It's that, look, either you're going to help me or I'm going to help myself kind of energy. Her life path is an 11. Wisdom, truth, and knowledge. Recognize and use creativity, intuition, healing capabilities, and the benefit of humanity. Like I said, she has a lot of teacher nurturing cards. So, like, Mickey, as we know, is a mom. So I think she's very sweet as a mom. I think she probably makes a really good mom. Has a lot of nurturing cards or nurturing energy in her, and is very intuitive. I think Mickey's even intuitive to know, when to hang it up, things like that, even if she doesn't always listen to it, right? I think she has a lot of wisdom and knowledge to give to the business. The creativity, like, look at her. She's in all forms of entertainment. She's done music. She should be dancing, singing, wrestling, like that. That's that creativity. That's Mickey. It's all in her to be a creative. You are destined to organize your life with practical approach in this lifetime. You have to build and organize family matters and need to be managed, and you have to take responsibility. So her destiny, though, is she needs to learn how to make time for the things that are important in her life, right? Not get so dumbed down by business and the legacy she creates, right? A lot of people like Mickey that are Virgos harp so hard on legacy. What am I building? I want to create this dynasty. I want to build this empire, that they kind of get lost in enjoying the journey, right? They get lost and very muddled down by that. Family is very important to her, though, even though she doesn't always show it, right? And it feels a little like maybe she feels like she doesn't pay a lot of attention to her family, but she's always thinking of them. Everything she creates is for her family, and thinking of the greater good. Her power number is 6. Reevaluate what it means to work with loving service within your family. Work with your call towards duty and service to others, delight in the home and family, and compassion and affectionate. Yes, I think sometimes Mickey could come off very robotic, right? I think Virgos often come off cold and robotic, which is why Virgos and Capricorns have very similar energy. I'm a Capricorn and I even have a Virgo moon. I get accused of that a lot of times, of being cold, and I'm far from it. Just much more introverted with my emotions, and I think Mickey is the same way, because I'm ruled by Virgo, and I think my energy is always misunderstood by people because it gets classified as cold instead of, no, I'm just much more observant, and I hoard my emotions, which I think Mickey does. So she needs to learn to be a lot more affectionate, outwardly affectionate. Is her call to definitely serve her family. Like I said, there's a lot of give back. The universe is demanding Mickey to give back all these things she's been blessed with, right? Because it comes to her easily. But the universe is like, look, you've been granted all this stuff because we want you to teach others. We want you to give back to others. And then her love number with Nick Aldis is your relationship needs to communicate and to embody the principles of empathy, sensitivity, and care. The relationship will thrive on a spiritual quest together, which is what we pulled for Shawn Michaels and Tammy Jude did when he did the Sunny video, which should be up by the time you guys see this video. It's that burn hotter than the sun, very passionate, intimate, because Aldis is a Scorpio while she's a Virgo. And as you guys know, Scorpios are very, I have to watch my words on YouTube, are very much intimate people. There you go. They burn hot, they burn intimate, but they're very free-flowing, right? They don't like restriction. They don't really like structure and authority as much, right? They don't oppose it, but this is all this energy is like CM Punk, right? No, I want to help. I want to give. I want to love, and I like whatever they do passionately, right? That's a Scorpio's energy. Is everything is with all my passion in the world, but they really don't like being like they don't like authority, right? And Mickie is authority, so at times I think their energies and communication clashes because their energies are a little bit different and things like that. But as long as I think they lean in their faith and as they get older, I think their relationship should get a lot better, and they just need to both learn to communicate their emotions and not hoard it and not, lash out in anger and do it lovingly. What were we going to say?
Well, Aldis and Punk don't have the same life path, but as you mentioned, they are both Scorpios. And I think it's funny because the one thing that they have in common is they were both sick of the company that they were in and were like, you know what, I'm out of here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And they both married someone in the business, in the companies they worked for. When Aldis met Mickie, they were in the same company.
Yes.
So they both have done that too. They have quite a few things in common. If you guys don't know who Nick Aldis is, you definitely should look him up. He's nice in the ring. Like, Nick Aldis was with NWA. He's been in TNA.
You might, if you're familiar with Impact, he wrestled under the name Magnus.
There you go. He also right now is currently wrestling at Dungeon Wrestling, which is Bret Hart's organization up in Canada. He's the champ there. So he's old school wrestling. If you saw All Out and All In, like the first 2018 with Cody Rhodes, those pay-per-views when Cody was on the indie scene, that's who he was fighting, was Nick Aldis. That's Mickie James' husband. If you're, a lot of people seem to not know that possibly. So now you guys know. Her cards were talking a lot earlier, and then the camera decided to derp on me earlier. So now I gotta, butter up these cards again. They were super talkative. This reading is for Mickie James, TNA, WWE. We would like to see what's going on with Mickie James currently. How's Mickie James feeling? Is this a work? Is she just going to take some time to reflect? Maybe, be with her husband. Maybe spend more time with her family and her kids. You know what I mean? More family time. So, as I told you guys, Mickie is Native American, so we're not shocked. There's the divine detours, the injury. The injury, ancestor guides. We know she's very spiritual, so she's definitely leaning into her culture and in her spirituality, whatever that is, right? But she's feeling closed off and guarded. There it is. There's that alien card, which so many wrestlers get, which is like the cosmic card, right? Where they almost look like star seeds. All right, last shuffle. Felt like a card wanted to jump out. There we go. There we go. All right, you guys. Let's see what we got. Can you take that over there? See what we got for Mickie James. By the way, big fan, Mickie James. In case you see this, love you. I wish you a speedy recovery. I wish you a happy life and marriage with Mr. Aldis and your family. And I hope we get to see you come back and have a proper retirement match. Truly. All right, you guys. First card we got is Alchemy Ancestor Guides for Mickie James. Right? So that spirituality, which we pulled in her love card, right? That this spiritual quest together, maybe she's about to go on that with him, right? Maybe they're, going to lean more and take time into, getting more into her roots, her culture. Her ancestors are calling to her, right? Her culture is telling her come home, right? Lean into it. Memories and nostalgia. She's flashbacking. She's looking at her career. She's reflecting on, this legacy she wants to leave behind, right? The memories, as she said, time is, she felt young every time she's in a ring and she fights. She feels young in those moments. But the second she's in that locker room, she is reminded she is not as young as she feels out in that ring. Time is catching up with Mickie. Comfort zone, south node clinging. She's clinging. She's holding on. And maybe she, should have walked away a little while ago before the injuries and stuff like that. But she's holding on to the memories, the past, the nostalgia, the legacy, right? A lot of wrestlers always have a hard time because it's her comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's what she's known for, what, 20 years?
Yeah, and you get that, you've still got it chant.
Present, abundant gratitude, told you. Like Mickie, whatever Mickie does, she will prosper. Whenever you see abundance, all this power, money, it's Virgos rarely struggle. If they struggle, it's because they're their own worst enemy. But she has abundant all in it. She's grateful. She's living in the present right now. All the love pouring in. Thank you, Mickie. I'm pretty sure that was trending on Twitter once, the video's gone viral. Of her leaving the hat in the ring. In case you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But yeah, she feels, grateful for this life, and while reflecting and things like that, she's still holding on though. She hasn't fully accepted letting go of the business. Distance, retreat, or timeout. As we know, she got benched. That health and wellness, right? So distance, time out, or retreat.
And maybe she was presented with an ultimatum like, look, Mickie, if you're injured, we're not going to do this. You step away and sit on the belt while you mend. Either pick one of these women to drop it to, or leave it on the floor.
Right? We just talked about it. Like I said, I think it's better that these ladies fight it out in a brawl out, and I think it's better for the pay-per-view. If let it be indecisive, like, no, I beat the other girl, that's the other number one contender, right? Without Mickie being in the middle of it. I really think it is the best decision.
I'm sure Diana and Jordan will have a slobber knocker tomorrow.
Closed off, guarded, resist. They should, because there will be quite a bit of eyes on it now. Closed off, guarded, resistance. Like I said, she's clinging, and she's, as much as she's grateful, and she's guarded. She's reflecting. And, Mickie, this card with that clinging, being resistance to change, you have abundance in your card. Like, whatever you do, it might feel like wrestling is all you have because it's your comfort zone. You can teach. You can open your own school. Like, the universe wants to support you giving back. Get on YouTube. Get your own podcast. There's things you can do, Mickie, and it doesn't have to be in that ring all the time. You know what I mean? It's time to shift into the next thing, and you don't have to be resistant to it. Fate, detours, and divine intervention. That's spirit kicking in, right? You got the fate, the detour, and divine intervention. The injury might have been, I don't want to say it happened intentionally. I never like to use that type of term, but fate is definitely saying sit down. Time to shift. Right? Time to just practice that gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. communicating with her ancestors and her spirit guides, but it's a detour. It's a divine detour.
You know, this
It's for
might be
something bigger and better.
This might be good for Nick's career. Because I think Nick, to some degree, has, you know, put Mickie first because, you know, she's in, relatively speaking, the bigger promotion, and she was the champ over there. And if she's gonna go on the bench, Nick can't just be hiding out, you know, in the Indies up in Canada. He might have to entertain some more serious offers and, you know, claim that glow up that's waiting for him.
Right. Because he needs to be able to provide for his family.
Exactly.
And that's why it could possibly be a divine detour.
Yep.
North Node Cosmic Purpose. Like I said, she has a calling, a higher purpose. It's a lot of divine, a lot of spirit stepping in. It's time for Mickie to definitely evolve and shift into her purpose. Her purpose is calling her. You know, I feel like this as I get a little bit older, because I'm not even old. I'm a young soul with a old soul in a young body, in the sense of, like, you know, I'm only 37, but you see cards like this, and it really puts in a perspective of, like, yeah, spirit lets you be young and wild and free and cut up, but then at some point you always get wrangled at some point. And I was like, all right, it's time to do what you were supposed to do from the gate. We let you have your teenage years, your 20s and 30s. By the time you start hitting 40, spirit starts bopping you across the head of, like, what you doing? What are you doing? What's the plan? You know, it starts pointing you, right? It starts, you know, spirit's like a compass. It starts trying to force you, you know, and you can fight it. You can try to be resistance all you want. It's going to hit you with a divine intervention called sit down.
And Mickey's about 4 months away from entering into a master year. She'll be 44.
Oh, yeah. See, look at that.
At the end of August.
See how I talked about it? Mm-hmm. Master years are huge.
I mean, I guess technically this is her master. This is her 44th year right now.
Right.
And she will turn 44 years old.
Look at this. Higher self activation, to me, which means repurpose. Like, in her case, when you see the wind blowing, it's trying to guide to a new direction. The last time I saw this much spiritual energy, because it feels like a lot of, like, my room just got cold and the air is off, but I feel like a lot of air around me, and Mickey's definitely that indigenous energy and stuff is definitely calling her to, you know, try to redirect her. She has a lot of spiritual cards. I've pulled 4 now. The last time I saw this much spiritual energy was actually for Bailey. Bailey is the only other person I've ever seen this much spiritual cards for. Like, I felt like every deck I touched for Bailey was 1 or 2 spiritual cards jumping out. Attraction. Mars. Hot. See? Sasha, stop playing. Y'all could get that money for that final match. Mickey's a hot attraction still. Like, there's attraction, Mars, hot, and this could be her husband. What's Mars? Is that Scorpio?
No, Mars is Aries.
Who's an Aries around Mickie?
No one's coming to mind, but I have a couple that I'm going to check.
She burns hot with somebody that's of Mars energy. But yeah, we got attraction, hot. And yeah, maybe this is why she's still clinging, holding on, because she's like, I want that one more match. I know I got that one more in me. All right, you guys, nothing but good cards for Mickie James. Mickie, it's time. Spirit is with you, love. Spirit is with Mickie James on this journey. She'll be all right, you guys. Even if we don't like it, she's going to live an abundant life with a much bigger, higher purpose. She could be a commentator. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things Mickie James can do. Mickie, call me. I'll happily give you a whole list of things I know you could do. that you can make a lot of money doing. Nothing even sexual. Oh, she's being offered. Oh my God, is that what the hot attraction is? Like I said, I would love to see her manage Nick Aldis just for a few months so people know who he is and her legacy can help rub off on her husband. You know what I mean? So Nick Aldis can become, more well known, right? Because he has the credit of his wife with him. Ooh, there's some jealousy though. There's people jealous of Mickie. What's up?
None. Yeah, I checked a few ideas, couldn't spot an Aries right off. So
who runs TNA now? Maybe.
Yeah, see, that's because that has changed recently, right?
Oh.
I mean, it's not Dixie anymore, so I'm not sure.
Right, who owns TNA now? They sold it? Did Dixie and her dad finally sell?
Yeah, well, I think Dixie stepped down from running it.
Alright, you guys, I'm still here. Sorry, I'm meditating with her cards, trying to really lean into her energy. Sorry, whenever I get quiet. Jude, what do you think of the cards we got so far? On like quiet airtime while I'm, shuffling. I try not to, but her cards are talkative as per usual, which is good. We're grateful. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. So, I wonder if Mickie's pregnant or going to end up pregnant. Because I got a little chick. Little chickpea.
Right, which I mean could be also just a new opportunity or a new development.
New development. Or this hot attraction, right? I wonder if she's going to go to New Japan. Something like that. Right? Because that's where Sasha is, right? Or A-Dub. Alright, y'all. We got early stages, innocence, new. So something's new. I don't know if she's pregnant. This is, again, allegedly entertainment purposes, or may become pregnant, or it could be her son, right? Because it could symbolize his innocence, right? Her family life, her child, right? So we have that. We have early stages, innocence, right? Like a little chick. Then we have breakthrough, breaking barriers, or something's new on the horizon for her. So that photo has so many meanings it can mean, right? A new adventure, a new idea, which is the hot attraction, right? Working on a new project, or trying to get pregnant, or is pregnant, or it could represent her son, her young son. And then we got breakthrough, breaking barriers. So she's definitely, breaking barriers, trailblazing, good luck, blessings, good fortune. Like I said, Mickie, whatever you're working on or you decide to do, there's nothing but good things coming for you. Spirit is with you. Knowledge, learning, study. So she's working on things. She's studying things. And, she's filled with knowledge, right? Not a wealth of knowledge and experience. Independence, be watchful, and curiosity. She's watching. She's watching people like Mercedes and all these other girls in the indies, or probably even the Fed, right? Watching Trish and Lita, who's been called back to WWE, right? No offense, I would love to see a Mickie James Trish Stratus match. They retire each other.
I don't know that I would. Trish looking rusty.
I hear you. Memories, the past, nostalgia. Again, she's reflecting. A lot of reflecting on the past. Mickie, look into the future. Because it looks good. Look to the future. There's breaking barriers. She might do some trailblazing stuff. There's something on the horizon. Loyalty, trustworthy friends. Lean into your friendships. That circle of trust that you have around you. Your family, you know what I mean?
I wonder, like, who are her
Right?
friends in the business, right? I mean, we talk about, oh, Trish and Lita maintain this friendship, or Mercedes and Pam, like,
Right. I wonder who that is for Mickie too. Gift, reward, and offer. So there's definitely some offers, or she's possibly getting sent gifts, right? Like, get well, take care of yourself. Thank you for all you've done for the business, things like that. So there's definitely a gift, or there's an offer on the table, a proposition, right? Things, I don't know. There's a gift offer or reward. What?
so Mickie James is a Native American.
Uh huh.
AEW has a top Native American powerhouse woman wrestler who no longer has a manager, whose manager just had to kind of disappear.
Right? Interesting. All that glitters, illusion, superficial. Ooh, it says all that glitters isn't gold. I don't know what the superficial is or the glitter, the illusion. There's something that's an illusion around Mickie James being sold. Like maybe it is the offer, right? That the offer's too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Something of the all that glitters, illusion, and superficial. I don't know if Mickie is superficial, or they're playing on that, right? Because there's betrayal, deceit, and jealousy.
Oh.
So there's some form of jealousy. Probably them ladies. There's probably plenty of ladies in the TNA locker room that's jealous of Mickie, right? Or a few people in the business that might be jealous of Mickie, or someone has hurt Mickie in recent years in the business, right? Someone that's why there's loyalty and friends. Maybe there's a friend that betrayed her. Phone call, conversation. She's having conversations with people. She's talking. So there's some deals. There's something happening right now while she's away. New Japan, possibly, A-Dub, something. Be careful, Mickie, of that illusion, that glitter. Oh, it's going to be such a good deal. Be careful, Mickie. I'm not saying that there isn't money, because there's good luck, there's fortune, there's breakthrough, and all that. But make sure you talk to some of your friends in your inner circle and stuff like that. But she's having conversations, and it says long distance. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought Japan. Right? But I don't know. It's all allegedly for entertainment purposes. I haven't said that. But yeah, allegedly for entertainment purposes, you guys. Wrong card. Yeah, let's move to the astrological. What do you think so far, G, while I'm shuffling?
I'm very interested to see what happens with Mickie, because I absolutely see, sure, she's got to step away from Impact. And yeah, she was clearly very emotional about it. Like, we saw that in the video where she left her hat on that stage. But like I said, was she told that no, stepping away, having a hiatus with the belt is not an option. So if she's got other offers on the table, she would be, if used properly, she'd be a benefit wherever she goes. But I don't know how many places you can really trust to use her properly. We see AEW is not doing anything with
but maybe she's gonna go run the women's division. Maybe she can help build the women's division and be a voice in the back. They need a actual woman who's been in the business the back, structurally helping with that AEW women's division.
That would be outstanding.
And I think that's where
only
Mickie
happening if Kenny's leaving.
I'm just saying, but that would help Mickie. Like, Mickie would be perfect for that. 1,000%. Could y'all imagine? I would love to see it. Her properly booking that ladies division. Alright, you guys. Alright, we're on the third deck, you guys. We're in the home stretch, and it's going to get good, I promise. And, well, I think it's already been good. We're getting a good idea about Mickie James, the woman.
I can't find an Aries in this circle.
A lot of Capricorn energies coming through too. Oh my goodness, I pulled Saturn and Capricorn. I don't know who this Capricorn is, but or her energy, because a Virgo, I told you, is very similar to a Capricorn, right? Ambitious, serious, shrewd, practical, resourceful, hard worker, cautious, and enduring, patient, disciplined, and wise. The Capricorn. So let me finish painting the picture and we'll see what we get, right, you guys? About this might could tell us, like, I see the opportunities. That deck told me the opportunities, right? And the deck underneath that told me spiritually where she's at as a person. Let's see where these opportunities are going. Let's see if this deck can tell us where she's going to end up going and what she's going to do next. Home, family, roots, self-care, childhood, personal foundations, real estate, kitchen, witch, shelter. Family. A lot of home and family is coming in. So, more reinforcement of the home and family. She's definitely going to take time to reflect and spend time with the kiddo and family. And hopefully her husband too. Like, I hope they're in a good place. Challenges, time for action, break through old blocks and patterns, push through and stop at nothing, doing the work and momentum. So yeah, it's that holding on to, clinging, to the past and how things used to be. Then we have square, creates restrictions and obstacles, pressure, power struggles, demands, motivates, confrontation. There's that resistance. Reinforcement of the resistance coming through. So yeah, it's like, she's like a warrior, right? Like, I won't put down my shield. Right? I won't put down my sword. Right? And she kind of creates some of her own restrictions. But there's power struggles, and I think she feels a little bit of pressure with her age, right? Solar eclipse, shocking event, fast changes, new chapter, leaving what is familiar, awakening, feeling lost, reinvention. Hopefully this means we're seeing Mickie, that opportunity, these calls, and the gift is her going on a new path, doing something different. But there's definitely a shocking event, new chapter, leaving what's familiar. Familiar is wrestling. That's what's familiar.
Is that square card the one with the resistance?
Yes.
Interesting. Because, that to me says Mickie plus 3 other entities.
Right.
Are in
some
sort
kind
of
of power struggle.
Are in some sort of a conflict with the crossed swords.
Yeah. Your guides are helping you all as well. I told you, spirit team. I pulled so many spirit team popped out. So her spirit squad is where her strong listen to guidance of the soul. That's them more spiritual assistants, more ancestor guides, all with Mickie. All with Mickie. Then we have the blue moon, once in a lifetime opportunity. There's that fortune and blessings. The impossible is possible. Something so rare you'd be lucky, don't miss your chance. So the fact that I pulled a new chapter, leaving familiar, like an event, and now we're pulling like this opportunity, this rare opportunity possibly being presented to her. Quincux, challenging. There we go again. That square and the quincux. Challenging, require adjustments, complexity, clashes, contradicts, frustration, learn to compromise. Yeah, but I think Mickie needs to learn to compromise sometimes. But there's something saying needs to learn to compromise. 7th house, marriage, relationships, equality, business partners, true love, justice, friendship, rivals, enemies, contracts. So there's her marriage at play right now, like things about her marriage, her relationships with people, business partners, true love. She definitely loves her husband. Like, he definitely has her heart, justice, friendship, rivals, enemies, and contracts. So yeah, she definitely got haters. A lot of that jealousy. It's just reconfirmation. Mickie has big haters. Big haters. I told you when I was watching a video, watching one of the girls smirk when she put the belt down. I can't remember which chick it was. It was the dark hair one. I think is a little bit of a hater on Mickie. There's some of them young girls hating who feel like she's tied up the knockouts belt. Saturn, discipline, slow and steady. delay, test, practicality, maturity, self-control, limits, endurance, structure, and tradition. So this is definitely with the family, herself, and you know, Mickie needs to slow down, reflect, spend time in her marriage. The fact that I'm seeing the marriage and the relationships and her business partners, she needs to evaluate who's in her trust circle, because there's a serpent in her circle somewhere. Um, be careful, Mickie. Someone's definitely not who they portray themselves to be around you. Someone's definitely deceitful. But she definitely needs to, um, show a little bit more self control, in a sense of being a little bit more disciplined, and she needs to find her structure and balance. Blessings, blooming, blossoming, celebration, releasing what no longer serves you, recharge her energy. See, and Spirit's telling her to do some inner work, let go of the past, so a new future can manifest, because it's there. It's all in her cards. Manifestation, blessings, good luck. Mickey's just got to look at this Jupiter, which we know is Virgo, right? Mm-hmm. This is Mickie. Mickey's, so I have Mickey's energy in my hand. Luck, abundance, growth, success, fulfillment, happiness, travel, change, foreign affairs, optimism, exploration. Like I said, Mickie might be talking to New Japan or something like that. I would think Mercedes should be smart enough to know at one of them pay-per-views, people would pay a lot of money to see Mickie James and her fight, in a retirement match with New Japan. New Japan right now, since they have her, should be the company to me that does that, because it would help New Japan a lot.
And it feels like New Japan is still not doing enough with the Stardom division. I told you, like, they've got an event going on right now in DC and another one tomorrow in Philly, and there's not a single women's match on either card.
Right.
And you've got Mercedes Moné as your champion.
Dreams, illusions, fantasy, imagination. There's that illusion card again. That's Neptune. What planet? Pisces. Who's the Pisces around her?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Imagination, self-sacrifice, divine love, mirror, confusion, empathy, but more magic. It's the emotions. There's some illusions, there's some deception around Mickie James when I'm looking at this, right? And the self-sacrifice. I think Mickie's given so much of herself to this business, right? She's looking for more empathy from people. Like, she's got dreams though. She's definitely got dreams and big goals, and I need to, like, I hate it because I'm probably going to figure out who all these people are, but there's a lot of Capricorn energy. So if Mickie sees this, I don't know who the Capricorn is around you, but they came through twice. Their energy's really, really strong. And then Neptune, which is who? Pisces. And then we got Ascendant, first impression, your style, role, the public mask, outlook, impact, attitude, approach, or appearance. So this is how Mickie presents herself, right? The public mask, the first impression, right?
I love that impact was actually one of the words.
Right. Maybe that's what it is. People are possibly at impact about her attitude and her aura, right? Because she's this commanding, like, she gets what she wants. That pisses a lot of people off. New and exciting opportunities. Focus on the new. Transcendence, maturity. There it is. Mickie, you gotta do some maturity, honey. And it's not saying that you aren't mature, but the fact that I've pulled 3 cards that emphasize maturity, you have to... I don't know if wrestling kind of was like a childhood dream, but it kind of wants her to evolve spiritually out of this, I want to be young, and maybe Spirit's telling her, no, embrace your wisdom in your older years, right? Fullness, fertility, first steps into a new path. See, there's that fertility again. And the baby Chica.
Right. I mean, their son is almost 10 years old now.
Right.
So that's quite a gap, especially for, a mom in her 40s now.
Right. What do you think of the card so far?
I'm so puzzled by, who are some of these energies representing. I think you made a strong point that Virgo and Saturn do have very similar energies. And especially the qualities that it's talking about. But, we haven't seen any Scorpio energy.
Which is what's concerning me a little bit.
Right, and
I pulled the marriage card.
Sag. I'd have to go back and check, but I think that he's early December. But the energies that we're seeing, aren't related to her family. They aren't related to her, business rivals, for lack of a better word. Like Jordan Grace, like Deanna Prazo, like Mercedes. I looked at a handful of AEW people, like, Jamie Hayter, Jade Cargill, stuff like that. I just thought of an Aries that would be a fun match.
What?
Charlotte Flair.
Maybe that's who she be watching.
Right, because Charlotte, her birthday just passed, because it's the same as my son.
Alright, y'all. This is the wrap-up for Mickie James. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell if you enjoyed this. Sorry, this is my more relaxed reading because it's Mickie James. It's very mature reading. I feel like a grown woman while I'm reading this. Like, it's not petty tea.
Right, even the tea cards didn't spill, like...
No, but it felt jealousy, and it felt like, yeah, y'all haters. I feel like I'm defending myself.
Right.
If I'm Mickey's energy, because I tend to feel their energies, it's more defensive. Like, I feel really defensive, and I'm like, oh my God, this feels really personal. Like... I hate that I feel like I'm hoping my energy isn't muddled in this because that's how I feel. Like, this feels almost super familiar of, like, defensive. Of, like, people just don't get me. That kind of energy.
I'm telling you.
Or respect me.
I feel it's... If Mickie had her way, this would be okay, give me a month or two to get right and I'll be back.
So... I don't know. It's a little weird. But she definitely...
Allegedly for entertainment purposes.
She feels a little defensive and a little... I don't know. I think she's grateful to see the appreciation and the outpouring, but I don't know if it's internal. She doesn't feel that.
Right. I wonder what their buy rates are going to look like with Mickie off the card versus on the card.
Right. Harmony, discovering harmony within harmonious relationships, living peacefully. There we go. There's some peace coming.
That's that love number 11.
Right? Dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams, seeing beyond your present reality. Pursue your dreams, Mickie. Spirit's coming to you with some new ideas and some guidance. Listen. Deception. There it is for the third time. Who is it? Lies, distortion, self-deception. Blinded by wrong beliefs, not seeing what's true. So she's not seeing something about somebody. She's not seeing that somebody is not who they portray, the glitter, right? Or the situation. She's not seeing with clear eyes. Defeated, feel nothing is going right. What I tell you, I just felt, oh my God. Lost, sense of having lost, overcome by adversity. So she feels a little defeated, a little beat up. But I felt that. I literally, before I even pulled that card, I told you I was feeling real defensive and real, not heavy. I don't know. I can't describe that feeling, but it's something close to that. Futuristic, a futuristic view of the world, modern and unique ideas ahead of your time. Told you. She, again, that's Virgos. I always feel like a lot of Virgos are ahead of their time. That's Vinny. Like, if Mickie could have the money Vince McMahon has, she'd run an amazing company. Maybe that's what she is. That's what it is. Maybe she wanted to help run TNA. And people stepped on her stepped on her feet. Independence, start to explore new territory, possessing magical powers, follow your intuition. There it is again. Mickie's a very powerful woman. Powerful. Lean into them indigenous roots, Mickie. Call to your spirit team. They are there. Explore new territory. Legacy, contribution to future generations. What I tell you, her destiny is. An enduring impact. There it is, the word again. Impact. Earthly possessions and the materialism.
Right.
She's got to let go of the material possessions. Feeling like, I need money. I need these things. Like, they're going to be there for you, Mickie. You don't have to stress about how you're going to pay bills. How you're going to make, like, Usopp. That's that energy, because I'm intense like that at times.
So, we didn't mention it, but while you were going through that Stargazer deck, you had a lot of moon cards again, which again, there are a lot of moon cards in that deck. But we know the moon is also the sign of Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Who runs a promotion, a women's promotion, small-time women's promotion that could...
I don't know.
Thunder Rosa.
Got you.
She's a Cancer.
Ah.
So... I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, Thunder Rosa was the Knockouts champ, right? I mean, she was the TNA champ.
Maybe they're talking.
Time ago. Maybe they're talking.
Foundation. Focus on foundational skills. Build a solid foundation. Make lasting changes. She might start her own promotion, but she needs to work on her foundation. That's home. She needs to pay attention. She needs to be more attentive, and attentive to her husband and her family, and work on what the things that make her happy a little bit. I think stepping away from wrestling is going to be a blessing for Mickie, just even if it's a month or two. Mm-hmm. Invention, great power of thinking and reasoning, creativity and great ideas. See, find the answers. She is a wealth of knowledge. She's innovative. She has great ideas. Like, Mickie's going to be an asset to whoever acquires her mind and knowledge. Beating your competition and enemies, overcoming obstacles. Look at this. All the success and power. Tony Khan, hire Mickie James before someone else gets her. She has nothing but success, power, abundance, and blessings in her cards. The first stage of something. There it is. That rare opportunity. Something is opening up. New possibilities. So doors are opening for Mickie. Whole new, brand new opportunities and things like that. Regret, feeling of sadness, guilt, and shame. Sorry about what happened. Regret over your decisions. She feels some regret, though. Reaching, the moment to act has arrived. Reach your desired destination, carrying out the plan. So that's, the plan of her surrendering the belt. Now going home to heal. Being on the right path. Again, this was divine intervention. This is reconfirming that. Finding direction in life, your own North Star. So she's going to reflect. She just needs to find her compass. Find what's going to make her happy. Pursue what's going to make her happy. But I definitely think she needs to do it with her family and her husband. And get in a more cohesive, loving state with that. It can't be about Mickie anymore so much. Is what I feel about these cards. Spirit is telling her it's okay that if it isn't about you like so much anymore. I think she should. I didn't see anything bad about her husband because I didn't pull any of his cards. He's not the betrayal. It's someone else close to her. Far away. You can move far away. Distant places, people, separation, breakup. This is concerning. Just slightly because I didn't pull any of his energy. And they stay far away a lot. Like, he's been in Canada and she's been, I don't know where TNA's filmed. But they haven't been, together right now. Like, if he's up in Canada and she's down here, they are far away. And I think Mickie needs to nurse her marriage. I don't know if they're separated currently. But I definitely think she need to nurse and, spend some time being mommy more. And take care of herself and being, if she wants to save her marriage, make her marriage better, learn to communicate and be a lot more affectionate and loving and soften up a little bit. Mickie's a boss diva. It's hard. I understand. It's hard to let your guard down. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to know who to trust. And when you're so ambitious, driven, and you know you're smart, you like, God, I just need the funds. I just need the finance. I just need the opportunity. It's going to come, Mickie. Just step away. Lean into your faith. What do you think of the cards? That's it for me. That's my opinion. I think Mickie, whatever Mickie does, she's going to be good. I see a lot of opportunities. I see travel. So she's on phone calls. There's opportunities. Some is not as good as it sounds. So she needs to be careful of, but whatever she really does pursue with her whole heart, she's going to be good. She's going to leave a legacy. And she already has one. But, you know, I hope she decides to contribute to future generations.
Her legacy, no doubt, is going to be strong. I mean, she's in already sort of an enviable position where she didn't get, pushed out of the business. A lot of the people earlier would pull she feels like she's not getting sympathy or people aren't connecting with her. Well, again, Mickie has actually had a fuller, longer career compared to a lot of women in women's wrestling. Yeah, Trish and Lita are working right now, but they've been gone for a while.
Right. She's been consistent.
So, I agree. It probably is time for Mickie to step back, reevaluate. She has a lot to offer no matter where it's going to be. Whether that's to women's wrestling in general or to support Nick Aldis in some way.
Find that harmony and peace. It's important.
But a lot of these cards are saying to tend to the home.
A lot of to the home.
And all the way back, with her, I think it was her power number, saying how important that is.
Right.
And the love number.
Yep. All right, you guys. I am Calypso Vibes. Thank you for joining us on the Mickie James reading. I feel Mickie needs to just find a little bit of peace and lean more into that gratitude, not just today but every day. She's lived a blessed and filled life, and even if she doesn't feel like things that the universe is working against her is so not, it's intervening, it's stepping in, re-guiding her, redirecting her, and hopefully she'll lean into that redirection. We'll see her. I hope this means we'll see her more behind the scenes in these opportunities that I'm seeing. I hope she has a proper retirement match, but there's calls and there's things being, working behind the scenes, but I do hope she nurtures her husband and nurtures her child and nurtures herself and understand it's okay to not be in the limelight for a while. And this is Mickie James, you guys. Please check out our other videos. Again, I am Calypso Vibes. This is you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video, what else you would like to see. And check out our other videos. And until next time, you guys, what?
Wrestling Tea Tarot.
Right, this is Wrestling Tea Tarot, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.